A few years ago, somebody asked me what time of my life did I like best. And I said, now. It's a very, very beautiful time. There's a myth about you don't make friendships in old age. It's a myth. It's not true. I have started really close relationships in the last few years. And they're there, and they're all ages. I had 4 adopted daughters. They all had children, and the children have children, and so I have this array of great-grandchildren, and they come. It's wonderful.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I hadn't done anything in about 60 years.
Yeah.
I was a dancer when I was up to 18, and the body remembers amazingly. This business of getting up from the floor and touching your toes, this is not a big deal for me at all because I've done it all my life. I was born in 1909 in Switzerland, which came in very handily later on when I had to leave Austria when Hitler came in. My mother was a feminist. Nobody ever told me that when I grow up, I was expected to get married and have children, but it was perfectly implicit that I was going to go to the university and have a career. I wanted to be a journalist and do social issues reporting, but I landed in psychology. And it turned out to be an exceedingly exciting and interesting experience. I practice at home and teach at the Analytic Institute and supervise. I've always done some taboo things. Analysts are not supposed to be activists. They're supposed to sit in their offices and analyze the unconscious and maybe the transference and maybe a few other things, but never, never voice an opinion. All these people are psychoanalysts and mental health professionals and members of the community. And they want to know, they want to learn, they want to talk with each other about the state of the world. The world is shrinking, as we know. And there are things that affect not only us, but generations. Our disregard of the environment, our disregard of what's happening to our young people, what's happening in an over-militarized country and in a conflict around militarization in the world. I don't know why people are so afraid of being old. I never thought I would get up in front of 200 analysts and say, let's take to the streets. I can't imagine saying that 10 years ago. And now I feel free to do it. There is a tremendous sense of freedom. My husband certainly was the love of my life. He was brilliant, he was caring, he loved kids, never wanted to have a child, but he loved them. That's why he said he didn't want them, because this was not a world to bring a child into. He stayed in Vienna after I left because we weren't married at the time, and he felt he wasn't in danger. He hadn't been politically active the way I had. He hadn't published any anti-Nazi stuff that I had. And he said he could take his time. It took him 2 years, and he got caught up in some of the Nazi stuff. He got caught up the night of the broken glass and was arrested with everybody else. The loving God doesn't quite work for me. And the all-powerful and loving God doesn't work. He may be powerful, a Shiite, but there's a lot of evil in the world. And of course I was raised to fight the evil. I have a very strong feeling of connection with everything that's alive. Animals, plants, trees, people. I think being a vegetarian helps. I don't think I handle aging any differently than I handled any other development in my life. All my life I have, in a way, welcomed change. It really started out as just, gee, interesting. Wonder what it's like. Wonder what'll happen. I still think it's a beautiful time.